This is the local bowling alley. This is the local power plant. This is Apollo Beach. This is the beach in Apollo Beach. This is the local ice cream store.
This is Ruskin's Drive-In Movie Theater.
This is the beach in Ruskin.
This is the local high school. And across the street is Hillsborough Community College.
Hello.
And this is Amari.
What if you had an interview years before you were famous? Well, hopefully, with this aspiring young filmmaker, we will have just that. So, first of all, if you could do me a favor, just go ahead and tell me and the world, who are you?
Well, I am Amari Doucette. I am an actor, director. I draw stuff sometimes. I do pretty much everything that you can call cool. You know, if you're a kid and you're into cool stuff, I do it. Except for those drugs, I don't do those. I wouldn't say I do those. But I dabble in everything. I try to do as many cool things as I can. So,
as for right now, which do you prefer more, acting or directing?
ooh, what do I enjoy doing the most? That's a good question. Well, being that I've not done either of the two in a minute, I guess directing really brings me a lot of joy. Like acting, there's a lot of fun to it, you know? You get to be this different character and like you get to really like see yourself as someone else completely. And it's like, ooh, and you try to challenge yourself too. Push yourself to be completely different than what you are, or somewhat similar, you know, act like you're the same but different in a way. But directing is really just like completely you and yourself, and that's what makes it a little more fun and interesting because it's more personal. Instead of pretending to be somebody else, you really work with yourself and use your creative power to just make your own thing your own thing. And so that's always a lot of fun, coming up with new ideas and fun, interesting ways you can like film this and like what you want to do to convey this sort of emotion or thing. It's always cool. So I guess directing.
So, do you like to collaborate?
Oh my god. So I am such a big like promoter, I guess, and advocate for like bringing people together. At the same time, though, I do like trying to do every single aspect myself because there's some sort of satisfaction. It's like, you know, you can't get anybody else to do it yourself. But, you know, instead of you can't get anybody, you just prefer, let me just do it all myself because you know that you'll do it the best. But it's also better to really explore and, you know, you're not going to be great at everything, so it's really good to find those people who are really good at those things that you're not and get them to help you with this, because then they'll bring something really interesting and cool to like your project, and like you're like, wow, this is like way better than I thought it would be because I got this guy on here. I couldn't have done that. This would have been like kind of cool. People would have been like, wow, this guy's cool, he did it all by himself. But it wouldn't be as cool as it is now. So I would say that I love collaborating with people because it's just really it's fun too, you know. Personalities.
So, who would you like to work with, famous or otherwise?
Well, I absolutely love working with my my good buddy Christian Agenson, sitting right over there. I don't know. It's just like this kind of bond that we have, and it's always good. And like, you know, if by twist of fate we both like make it up there, it'd be really cool to be like a tag team, kind of like Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler and other people with like their special little actors that they always go to, like Quentin Tarantino and his little bunch. I always love seeing that because like you're like, oh, there he is. Here's he in this movie. But so definitely Christian, hopefully, and then also as far as famous people who are already doing much better than I am currently. I feel like it's like super easy to like say somebody like Leo, cause like, you know, it's all like, oh, I'd love to work with Leo. He brings such coolness. But I'm trying to think of somebody that would be like really out there. I like Lakeith Stanfield a lot. He's a really cool guy. He's young, so like he'll be like not old when I'm like out there doing stuff, so that'll be good. So he'd be really cool to work with and interesting. And I'm also like pretty big on Armie Hammer right now, which is funny because they're both in a new movie together. But I don't know why. I have no idea. It's just something about him. He seems like a funny guy, and I'd like to hang around with him. So that'd be cool.
So, who would you say has influenced you the most?
You know, I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to influences, I feel like it's not like direct influences for me. For me, it's like I just kind of like see stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. I want to do that. And it's not really because of any specific person. I do have a lot of people that I admire though. Like Edgar Wright is really cool. I just love that he like does a bunch of stuff. And so I guess I'll take him as one of my influences for directing because he like likes to tackle like a different genre and like take style of movie each time around, and I'd love to do that. I would love to make every kind of possible movie and like try. All right, well, I just did a gangster movie. Let me do a rom-com, and then you know go from there. So I guess Edgar Wright's a pretty good one, and he has a lot of really nice like subliminal things that he puts in like a lot of his shots and other like small things. So he's pretty sweet for me. As far as directing goes, but like I said, a lot of things I really am just it's like indirect. I just kind of see something from something, and I'm like, that was cool. I wonder if I can do that. So I'm not entirely sure how many things have completely influenced me because, as you know, I have not seen a lot of movies that I should have seen, and yet I want to call myself a director. Right. it's funny, but acting goes. Acting, I joked about him earlier, but Leo is really, really commendable. It's like, dang, this guy, he brings it. It's a lot of the younger generation that I like too, because I'm like, wow, that's so close to me. It's like much more of a reality and like easier to comprehend than like these guys that you've seen growing up. You see all these new faces, you're like, wow, they're like 2 years older than me. That could be me. So I like a lot of those cats. And like, as far as like drawing and art and stuff, I always like seeing pretty much everybody. Like if so long as it's good, because art is supposed to inspire anyways. So most all of it does for me, at least in some way. I'm like, that is good. That is really good. But I will point out one of my like favorite authors for comics, because as I'm a huge comic fan, Tom King. He's the best. He's just the best. I met him like 2 days ago. He was super cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he signed my lunchbox. It was the first lunchbox he ever signed, and I'm like, yes. But he's writing for a really obscure DC character right now, Mr. Miracle, and it's just so good. It's like you wouldn't have known who this guy was, and it's like one of the most mature comics possible, and it's just because like so little has been done with him. Even though like not a little has been done with him, he was worked on a lot, but it's still either way, yeah. But yeah, Tom King.
So tell me something that made you want to act and direct.
Okay. Right, so I guess for acting, I was like always interested in a way, but never really interested. You can ask my mom. I've always been more interested in directing because like from like day one, I always thought movies were really awesome. But like I never cared so much to be in front of the camera as much as behind it. I was all like, you know, that was cool and all, but who made the movie? And my mom's like, the director. And I was like, okay, I want to be that. That's what I want to do. So it's simple as that for directing. All I wanted to do for as long as I can really remember is direct some movies. And it might have changed and swayed, but I've always really come back to it. I'm like, hey, directing's pretty sweet. And as far as acting goes, in high school I really didn't want to be in theater, and I was forced into theater my freshman year. And so I was like, well, oh well. And so I missed the first play because I didn't want to be in it because I didn't even want to be in theater. But I watched it, and it was Wizard of Oz, and like it was pretty sweet. For me, I had never seen a play really before. I had actually been in a play when I was like 6 before, but like I wasn't paying attention. I was just doing whatever, and I just did what they wanted me to do, and and just made my way by. And like by the time it was over, I didn't even know it began. But so I saw that, and I was like, wow, that was really cool. And I guess a lot of it was like inside me. I was all like, I want everybody looking at me like that. You know, it was purely selfish, like completely just me wanting to be the center of attention. And I was all like, that was cool. Let me try that. And so like after being in my first play, which was black comedy, it was really sweet. It was really cool. I was just some Cuban electrician, and I was all like, I don't know how to be Cuban. But it was whatever. It was a comedy. It was right up my alley because I like being funny. And so after I did it, it's like something being on stage, I feel is like a really good like starting point for you if you're an actor, because being on stage, it really just like makes you feel like you're that character sometimes, because you're doing it like live and you can see them, or they can see you mess up, and like anything can go wrong, and it's up to you to like stay in character and react how you're supposed to, or you know, if you want, break, but probably shouldn't. But even at that, it still brings a lot of fun even when you do break character. And it's like when you feel that as you're acting, it's really like powerful. It's cool. It's really cool being somebody else when you like really get into it, at least, because then you're like, oh, and then of course you'll go back and you'll be like, that was dumb. I didn't even do good that time. That was so lame. I got to do better next time. And then you do it next time, and then sometimes you don't even do it better, and you're like, what am I doing? And you really just give yourself a talk, but then like sometimes you'll nail it, and you're like, that was good. Let me keep doing this. And yeah, it's good stuff.
So as of right now, which do you prefer more, acting in theater or on camera?
I've not really acted behind the camera, but I feel like because like live performance, it is a bit trickier to do it live, so I feel like it shouldn't be too difficult of a transition. You know, a lot of actors come from Broadway, go on behind camera. Of course, it's like, I'm sure it's super like weird and like completely different, but being that I want to be a director and I know how like a lot of the stuff works, it shouldn't be super crazy for me. And like I want to say I like being behind the camera, because with all the times that, you know, I mess up, I can just be like, oh, I'll just try it again. Right. And me being the director of that same thing makes it super easy to just do it again, because it just works hand in hand, you know, being the star and the director of a thing. Maybe not even a star, I wouldn't even care, but I feel like I would want to make it an effort to be in like all of my movies, at least as somebody. I'd like to be like really, really small ones, in some, and then they're like, oh, you know, that was the director of the movie, and it's like, oh, what? Oh, that was the director? Yeah, that'd be funny, just for people to talk about that. But I'd say, I guess, live performance, because it's just really cool, and like hearing the audience react as well, that's so satisfying. Oh my god, you're like, and then you hear them, you're like, yes, I'm making them cry, I'm doing a great job. And then other stuff, man, like when I was Macbeth and I died and everybody was clapping, I was like, yeah, that's right. You clap. I'm a bad dude. But yeah, so I guess live performance.
So what's something that you would like to do more of in the future?
Write a lot more, because I don't write enough. Me, I just kind of like go with the flow a lot. But I've not really sat down and written anything like sat down and done it and like start to finish. I would love to like really try that out, because like I always feel like I can write, and I feel like if I'm gonna direct a movie, I should write it too. Because nothing against directing a movie that you haven't written, because, you know, that'd be fun too. I'd love to like read a script and be like, ooh, let me see what I can do with this. But I feel like if I really want to make a movie my own, I gotta make the movie. So I guess writing mostly.
What's something that you would like to try?
Maybe stand up. I've not really. I've never tried to write stand up, but I always thought I was a funny guy. But I always say I'm like situationally funny, so it's like I just play off of whatever's happening. So I'm like, will I do good in stand up? No, maybe, yes, I don't know, but we'll see.
Any interest in music?
Yes, I actually, yeah, that's a good question. I would love to. Music is like one of those fields, like of all the art things that I do, music is like one that I've not done as much in. And, like, I really do love music a lot, though. Even though I don't listen to music as much. Like, I realized, like, in recent years that I do not listen to music much. I'm like, man, you know, people listen to music, like, all the time. They're, like, studying, doing homework. I just sit in silence and I do this stuff. And I'm like, maybe, you know, if I listen to music, I'd probably want to do this stuff a little bit more. But at least it'd make it easier. But yeah, I'd love to start producing stuff. That'd be cool. I'd really like to compose my movies and stuff and projects. That'd be really cool. Singing, I'm pretty good at singing. I'd like to learn how to rap, because, you know, if you ever try to rap, you're like, damn, I'm good at rapping. But you're not, you know? You're like, I'm good at rapping. You made like 3 rhymes and you're like, I got this down, man. And then you look at all the other stuff that goes into it. And you're like, maybe not. So, you know, maybe learn how to rap. That'd be cool. I'd like to dabble a lot into that. That'd be really cool.
Is there anything that you don't want to do?
I don't think so. I think I want to do pretty much everything that there is to do in the entertainment business. Like, I would love to make a video game too. That just stems from me playing so many video games. I'd love to make a comic book. I'd love to draw a bunch of stuff, paint stuff. I don't know how to paint, so I should learn how to do that. But I can draw, so that's cool. But
Maybe something like a director would do that you aren't really interested in doing, like shaky cam, for example.
oh well, like I guess shaky cam for like action stuff. I hate that stuff. It's so terrible. If I'm gonna do action, I want to like have it like a solid set thing and not like a lot of cuts.
Right.
I want a good like clear angle where you can get like a good shot and see it, and either have a long one and then like cut to like a real good like or like a real good whoa, you know, something like that. But I guess not like. I guess something that I don't want to do is be lazy with how I film some stuff. I want to like really go into detail with like a lot of the stuff, and try and like encapsulate a lot of like my ideas into like a lot of little things. It's like, oh, you know, like the painting on the wall was actually symbolic of whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, why did this guy think of all this stuff? So like, what was he doing? He was all like, oh, that would be so cool if I put Mona Lisa on the back, because the main character's middle name is Lisa, but you don't hear that in the movie. But it's like really, really minuscule things that still matter to some extent. So, not be lazy.
So is there any genre that you wouldn't want to do?
Um, I'm fairly interested in trying at least every genre. I'd say, not super big on rom-coms, but I can't say that I don't like them. Who doesn't like a good rom-com, boy? No, I think I want to do like every single genre. That'd be really cool. Especially, but like, of course, I can't do every single genre, so I gotta, pick the cool ones. I want to do like a buddy cop would be funny. It's like, you can never go wrong with buddy cop, man. Buddy cops for life, man. Never stop making those movies, guys. Horror would be really cool to tackle. I feel like no matter that's just a cool thing to do. Drama. I of course would love to make a comic book movie. That would be great. I guess maybe like a movie based on a novel would be like something that I wouldn't want to like try, because that's easier to disappoint. Lord knows I've seen a fair share of like bad book adaptation movies, and they're just like, wow, this is not the book. This isn't the book at all. This is,
even if it's good.
It's just garbage. Yeah, right. Even if it's good, it's not like, wow, that was good, but that wasn't the book. And so like then you hate it,
Mm-hmm.
Like The Shining and Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
It's a great movie, but
Yeah.
a lot of people hate it because it's like, well, if you read the book, it's like.
What do you want to do the most?
Most wanting to do, maybe just really, really fun movies. I'd say adventure movies, like Spielberg type, just like big wacky adventure stuff. Maybe like world building, like introduce people to like this whole new like thing, and they're like, wow, this is super cool. I would love to learn more about it. And I'm like, you can. Through something else, make your own theories, and I'll like pick one, and they'll be like, that was cool, and I'll be like, yeah, that's true, that's canon, yeah. So I guess adventure movies, that'd be really fun. Maybe like nope, that's it.
So, everything goes perfectly. You're in your dream scenario. Paint me a picture of exactly what that looks like.
Well, I would have a college with my name. I would like own a university. It would be like the Amari Doucette Film School or entertainment school, because I wouldn't be just film, because that'd be silly. It'd be like performing art, whatever. I'd have my own college, so that'd be cool. I'd also have my own restaurant. It'd be a small chain. I'd have like maybe 5 locations tops.
What kind of food?
I think burgers. I love burgers. Burgers are my jam. So I think burgers, and it would be like a theme. It wouldn't be just like I'd have like cowboy. They'd be like cowboy burgers. Everybody gotta get dressed like a cowboy, and I would
Like a place you can't come in unless you're dressed like a cowboy.
Yeah, right. If you don't have the dress code, then you can't come in my restaurant, boy. What the heck? Get out of here. I always liked themed restaurants. That's always really cool. So I was all like, I want to do that too. I like businesses. I've always thought that I'd be good at running one, so I would do that too. I'm putting a lot on my plate. That's why I want a restaurant. No, but yeah, it'd be like a theme restaurant, and I'd have like 5 of them across the country, wherever. I would boost the heck out of Florida. I love this state, sort of. I don't know. It's just where I'm from. I really feel like when people ask me why I love Florida, I have like no argument other than this is where I'm from, and it's all like I like this place because I was here for like ever. So I just want to like boost the heck out of Florida. People are like, "Yo, Florida's cooler." I'd like to like fund a lot of local artists in Florida and like maybe other places that are also cool that I don't know of currently. So I'd have like cool stuff, promote them. I'd have like plenty of movies. People would be like, "Wow, this guy made a lot of cool movies. He made those couple of bad ones." We're like, "You made those ass movies," and I'm like, "Ignore those guys," and I'll just like always make fun of them. It'd be fun to have like a couple of donk movies, like really bad ones. It would also just kind of like hurt too. You'd be like, "Oh, why did I do this?" But it'd be funny, in the long run. I'd have like maybe 2 albums out, and one would be good. The other one would be like, it's okay. It's all like, which comes first? I don't know. That's up to the future to tell. But I'd like to have some cool albums in the future. A lot of collaborations with a lot of different people. So not just like directors and actors, but like rappers and like singers and journalists, like Anderson Cooper.
And a rom-com with Anderson Cooper.
A rom-com with Anderson Cooper.
A rap album with Anderson Cooper.
Exactly. I just have everything. I just do whatever with Anderson Cooper. I paint a picture with Anderson Cooper, and I'm like, Anderson Cooper actually helped me paint this picture. But a lot of different collaborations and stuff. Like I said, I'd like to have a university in my name. That'd just be really cool, and I'd get a lot of money. I think why I would want a university mostly is because I would want to graduate from like a college, and it would be so cool if like you graduated from like the Martin Scorsese School of Film, and when you graduate you get to shake hands with Martin Scorsese. And so I always thought that would be super cool. So I'm like, I should do that. I should be that guy that people will want to shake hands, and then I'll actually go and shake hands with those guys when they graduate. And I would just like to, it would just be happy to like be like, man, I let these people graduate with all these degrees. Whether or not they do something with it, they'll say that they met me. But yeah, it would just be super cool to graduate like that. And so I'd like to give that to people. And university, cool restaurants. I would also cook at my restaurant for like maybe a month, and then I'd have to leave because people would come in too much, and I'd be working way too hard, and I'd be like, "Oh, restaurants are impossible to manage." But I would love to. I'd love to just surprise people like that all the time. I'd go to conventions a bunch, like Comic-Con, like all the time, and I'd dress up, cosplay, and like be amongst the crowd, and they wouldn't know who I am. And then like I'd take pictures with people, and they'd be like, "Ah!" and they'd be like, "Ah!" and then I'd be like, "Ooh, shit," and leave, and then the next day I'm somebody else. And I guess a big house. I guess that'd be kind of cool.
So would you want to live in Florida?
Probably. I think I'd live in Florida. I really want to live in California, but I have no idea what that's like, so I can't say that I'll live in California. But might live here in Florida. I'd like to. That'd be cool here in Tampa, because then people would be like, "Whoa, that dude lives in Tampa." Like, yeah, I do. I do live in Tampa. Come visit me. JK, you don't know where I live, and I'm not going to tell you.
Is there any age that you would like to reach specific goals?
Well, hopefully, if things go right, by the end of the year, I'll have an agent. I'll have an agent, and I'll either have booked a gig, as the kids say, or will already be like in the process of being in a movie. Ultimately, though, and I've not said this once, I absolutely want to be a superhero. That is my number one goal in life. I could like stop acting altogether after I become a superhero. Like that's like all I care about acting to do at this point. It is fun though. I do like it a lot. But I really just want it to be a segue so I can be superhero, because with being a superhero means you get action figures, and I can get an action figure of myself and play with myself and in a very societally accepting way. I can play with myself all day long, and I wouldn't be tired of it, And I would always do it. I'd be like, you know what? I'm going to go play with myself. And I pull it out of my pocket. But yeah, it'd be super cool to have like a little action figure of myself. And I would love to be the Flash because that's my guy. And DC Comics made Kid Flash black and white, and that's what I am. So I'm like, yes, so much closer.
If not Flash, then anyone else?
Honestly, if not the Flash, I do not care. I would be like whoever.
Right.
Like, so long as it's not somebody that I hate, which I do not hate a lot of people. I only really hate Hawkman. And like
Legion?
Legion, yeah, I don't like Legion, but he's already taken.
Right.
I think that's it. Yeah, so I would really be open to anybody, unless they were like a girl.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, or Asian. Then I'd be like, I don't think I'm comfortable being a character that's not supposed to be me.
Right.
But yeah, I'd really just kind of be whoever. If not the Flash, I'd be like, well, screw it, I'll be somebody.
Right.
And then I'll just pop in there. It'd be cool. Because then I'd be like, I'll learn to love this guy too.
Mm-hmm.
It would suck because I wouldn't love him as much. But whatever.
What are some steps that you're taking now to get where you want to be?
So right now, my immediate goal would be to get myself an agent over down in Miami because I know that there's like a couple of really big agencies down there. And I'm not entirely sure what I gotta do, but I'm gonna get some headshots, get like a resume or something, show up in a suit and a nice tie, and I'll be like, hey, tell me you don't want to give me an agent right now. Please do. And I will walk right out of here. But if that is not the case, let's chat. Because like when you go to these agencies, like websites, it doesn't say anything about the agency unless like you want to know like about the agency. It's like, oh, we were founded in 1986 by my dad. It's like, shut up. I don't care. It doesn't tell you anything about how to get an agent. It's just like, this is where we are. This is our number. This is also where we are. That's it. And this is our name. And I'm like, oh, jeez. So I guess I just got to go over there, get some answers. And if I don't expect to really get anything first time around except like answers for my next time around, to which I will go the next time, and I'll just kind of keep going until they give me something. Because I feel like if I go for one of these little agencies around, I won't get like anywhere. I could be totally wrong, but I feel like I'm not. So I'll be like, go big or go home.
What if you do go big and then you have to go home?
Oh God, I don't have a backup plan at all. I don't have any backups. See, my backup is try again, cause I don't know. I guess when it comes to this, I'm like, I work at Sam's Club right now, and when you go to the break room, you gotta go like up these stairs, and there's these portraits of all the people that have been working there, and it shows you like how long they've been working there. Some of them are like 25 years. And I'm like, ugh! And so that's every day I go up and down those and I look at those. That's motivation for me not to do that. And I'm like, I'm going to definitely do what I want to do for the rest of my life because I'm not going to be this. And I will definitely be a director, actor, whatever in the future because that's it. I just have to. I'm not going to take no for an answer. And if I do, then like, I don't know. I'm not me anymore.
Is there any work that you've done that you're most proud of?
I ain't done nothing so far. I guess I'm most proud of Macbeth because that was my first lead role, and my only lead role. And I'd like to think that I did a pretty good job because all my friends told me that I did. So that's all I can go off of. And I'm like, you know what? I did do a good job. I've been trying to do this project for like a year and a half, but like I just can't figure out how I want it to go. So I'm like, every now and then I'm like, yo, I gotta think of this thing. It's like a horror piece. Yeah, it's a horror thing, and I bought syringes for it. I'm like, all right, I'm one step closer, and I thought that would give me like the motivation to figure out how to do it. And I just wanted to be like a silent film, and it's gonna be neat. And I just want to play around with like sound and stuff to like learn a lot more about it with that one. But like I said, haven't gotten the ball rolling yet. But dang, man, when I do, it's gonna be good or something. I'm gonna like compose it too. Gonna pull Christian aside like I did for like this one movie trailer that we did. I'm really proud of that actually. I was like, man, this came out just like how I wanted it to. After how I wanted it to was like not how it was supposed to go, because it was a 1-day challenge and it took so long for us to come up with an idea that like I was like okay with, because like I was like waiting for a while and I was like and like none of the things like I liked, none of the ideas I liked, and I couldn't come up with them myself. And then we finally did, and I just kind of played around with it, and it came out pretty good, I think. I wouldn't say it's the best. I wouldn't say it's like very good at all, but I wouldn't say it's bad, and that's what counts. So yeah.
So what's the worst project that you've done?
What's the worst thing I've done? Probably that that movie trailer that I was just talking about. The worst thing that I've done. What's the worst thing that I've done? Maybe, because I'm not like too hard on myself with all these things. Not only that, I've not done a whole lot. Once again, this is all what ifs, you know. But I'm passionate, so you know that'll take me somewhere. I'd say that the worst thing that I've done was probably the year following for the like the 1-day challenge. Christian wasn't there, and that ruined the whole thing, dude. I had it was a music video this time instead of a movie trailer, and I was just not feeling it. I hated the song, but none of the other songs were any better. I was like, whatever. I guess I'll just have to go with this. And it was 1 day, and I didn't even get to finish it, and I didn't care enough to want to finish it either. I was like really unsatisfied with it, and it was really just annoying. So I guess that's the worst thing. I wouldn't say that it's like really bad, but it's worse to me because I didn't like it. And for my last question, how have things changed? Well, first of all, Miami, didn't really go there yet. I might still check it out. It's not like ruled out as a possibility, but as of late, it's not been like a main concern, because I mean, when I go there, I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do, right? So maybe figure that out first and then go. But that's fine, because I'll be going to California in like a month for like a couple of days, a little vacation, but see what I can get done while I'm there on vacation. At least get a feel for the area and stuff going on there. Right now, I'm not working at Sam's anymore. And instead, I'm working at the Lego store in Brandon Mall, which just opened up not too long ago. It's pretty sweet because I get to build Legos and I get paid to build Lego, and I get to see the secret stuff that is not announced, and that's pretty sweet. And then I get to build that secret stuff before it's announced as well. And man, it's sick. But other than that, I've been networking as best as I can. I'm working very closely with Zach, of course. Working on a show with him, so that's pretty cool. Met a dude who was a friend of one of my coworkers at the Lego store. He's from up in Tallahassee, and he also has a passion for filmmaking and is always looking for actors. And what do you have it? I'm one of those. So I'm pretty sure we'll link up whenever he decides, because he's gonna stay around the area for a little bit, and I feel like he's probably gonna want to do something in that time. And even if not, I don't mind going all the way to Tallahassee working on a project. But other than that, just working on myself, just trying to do whatever I feel at the moment, instead of really doing what I should be doing, I guess. But at this point in time, I'm not too concerned mainly because I'm super young, and that's how young people think, for the most part. But it's cool because I'm not depressed or anything, and I'm not in a terrible position. I'm in a pretty comfortable position. One of my main concerns right now is D&D, so that's cool. I got huge into that, and it helps with my creative process and really tests my brain as well as my improv and acting skills. So that's cool. But once I start to take things a little more seriously, then I'll put all my energy, time, money towards that, and I'll probably move over to California, stay there instead of just going on like a little vacation, and probably get where I want to be, But right now, taking it pretty easy. And now we'll cut to 78 years into the future, where Amari has ascended to an unknown level of fame and fortune and practical jokes. Oh! The documentary is now over. You don't have to watch anymore. You can go home. Live your life. You shouldn't have to care what's going on in Amari's life. Just go. Just go home.
Oh, hello. I was sitting up straight, but now I'm sitting upside down straight. Okay.
I'm on a couch now. And I'm gonna watch some videos.
2.
Oh, hey. I moved my location because I thought it would be a little more flattering to see me like this instead of sitting down up straight in a boring chair like I was before. Let's go. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? I was sitting in that chair, but now I'm on the couch. I'm gonna watch some old videos of myself doing stuff. Maybe not me, but I did it. So let's get into this, boys and women.
What? I was over there.
I'm over here. It's to show you that change is good sometimes. Hopefully you think this is good, because if not, then change isn't perceived as good sometimes, and it's just... Alright!
Boy, how am I supposed to know what happens in 14 million years in the future? I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I don't know if I got a job after this. Or if I have food tonight. You don't need, I don't know how, I guess stop watching or something, because this isn't working out. I thought it would be funny. This is kind of just making me think a lot about things that are, not so cool. I should call my mom more. Just stop. It's the documentary's over now, so I mean you don't need to watch anymore. You can just. I'm just gonna. Okay. All right. Stop.